Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, welcome to the deep dive.
We're really glad you're here with us today.
Yeah, so today we're kind of embarking on this journey, right alongside you, and focusing on what it really needs to grow as individuals.
And also how to build relationships, the kind that genuinely, nourish us.
That's right. Think of this as your maybe personal shortcut to understanding how you can consciously shape a life that's filled with purpose.
And connections that really matter.
Exactly.
We're your hosts for this. I'm Bea
And I'm Max.
And I'm a certified life and mindset coach. I've spent years helping people, particularly women who are navigating life's second chapter, helping them break free from what holds them back, really, and step into their power.
And from my side, I'm fascinated by how we connect, not just with partners, though that's huge, but also with ourselves.
Oh, absolutely.
It's all about creating those strong, safe spaces.
Yeah.
Inside and out.
Yeah.
Welcome to this deep dive. Let's jump right in, shall we? We're talking about something I bet resonates with many of you, especially, if you're at a stage where you're looking back a bit and also thinking ahead.
Absolutely. We're talking about goals.
Well, goals, yes, but maybe not in the way you always hear about them, like SMART goals and ticking boxes.
Right. It's more fundamental, isn't it? It's about asking, are the goals you're chasing, the things you think you want, actually yours? Deep down.
Exactly. Because it's easy to get caught up. You see people setting these very specific objectives.
Yeah, they follow all the advice, they measure everything, and yet something feels off.
Or the progress just stalls.
Yeah.
There's this feeling of spinning your wheels, even though you think you know where you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that often comes down to what we could call the illusion of desire.
The illusion of desire. Okay, tell me more about that.
Well, think about the common goals people state. I want a stable business, or I need to hit this specific income, or I want to move there, or that big one, I just want freedom.
Yeah, freedom. Sounds great. Everyone wants freedom, right?
Right. But do they? Or rather, what does that really mean to them? These goals, they can sound logical, even desirable on the surface.
But they might not actually connect emotionally.
Precisely. They can lack that real depth. Maybe you picked it up from what society values, or what your family expected, or just what you see trending in self-help circles.
Like ordering from a menu just because it sounds sophisticated, but maybe it's not what you're actually hungry for.
That's a great analogy. Think about a stable business. What's underneath that? Maybe it's really a desire for control over your own time, or autonomy.
Or perhaps making a certain amount of money isn't about the money itself, but about feeling, secure or validated.
Exactly. Or wanting to move somewhere new. Is it truly towards something you desire there, or is it more about escaping something here?
So these goals can almost be decoys, hiding a deeper need.
They can be. And the key thing is, a truly resonant goal, one that's genuinely yours, it doesn't just make sense on paper. It comes from honest self-reflection. It feels right.
It lights something up inside.
Yes. Which leads us to another really critical point, and one that gets missed a lot.
Okay.
It's the gap between just saying you want something, declaring the goal, and actually being ready for it, internally ready.
Ah, yes. This is huge. You can say, I want X with all the enthusiasm in the world.
Right. But are you truly prepared for what achieving X actually involves? Not just the good bits, but the whole transformation.
Because we focus so much on the end point, don't we? The achievement itself.
You do. And we often completely overlook the internal shifts required. Who do you need to become to live that reality?
And crucially, what might you need to let go of? That's often the sticking point.
Absolutely. It's not just about gaining something new. It's always about releasing something old.
Like if you want more free time, maybe you need to let go of certain commitments, or even a certain image of being constantly busy.
Or wanting that promotion. Okay, great. But are you ready for potentially longer hours, different kinds of stress, maybe a change in relationships with colleagues.
It changes your day-to-day reality.
Completely. Or that desire for freedom again. What does that practically look like? What routines, what comforts, what familiar structures might you need to dismantle to actually live that freedom?
It sounds a bit daunting when you put it like that.
Well, it's not meant to be pessimistic. It's about being realistic. It's about looking at the whole picture, the full cost of entry, if you will.
And recognizing that if you're not quite ready, that's not a failure. It's not about lacking willpower.
Not at all. It's actually incredibly valuable information. It's a signal from your inner self saying, hang on, there's something here we need to look at. It points to a disconnect.
A conflict inside.
Yeah, often rooted in underlying fears, things we might not even be fully aware of.
Consciously, you're pushing the accelerator, but subconsciously.
You've got one foot firmly on the brake.
We see that a lot, don't we? Someone says they want, say, more financial abundance.
But deep down, they might fear the responsibility that comes with it, or maybe being judged, or losing connections.
Or wanting a really deep, loving relationship.
But being terrified of the vulnerability it requires, so they keep people at arm's length, perhaps without even realizing it.
Or longing for that ease, that lightness, that freedom.
But carrying an underlying belief that they don't really deserve it, that life has to be a struggle.
Wow. So these fears can really keep us stuck in patterns that aren't fulfilling, but they feel safe, familiar.
Exactly. It's a kind of self-protection, sticking with the known, even if the known isn't great. It's predictable.
Okay, so if readiness isn't just that initial burst of, yeah, I want this, what is it? What does true readiness look like?
Well, I think true readiness is a conscious decision. It's an acceptance of the full cost of the change you're pursuing.
The full cost meaning?
Meaning the emotional work involved, the potential shifts in your relationships, the energy, the time. It's saying yes, not just to the prize, but to the entire journey, including the uncomfortable bits.
Including that in-between phase you mentioned. That sounds important.
It really is. It's that space you enter when you start letting go of the old stuff. Old identities, old ways of coping that maybe kept you safe but are now holding you back.
And that can feel wobbly, uncertain.
Definitely. It can feel like a void sometimes. You might miss the old familiar. Even if it wasn't serving you, you might feel unsure about who you're becoming.
So readiness means being willing to sit with that discomfort, not trying to rush through it or pretend it's not happening.
Yes. Acknowledging it, allowing it, understanding it's part of the process of transformation.
This makes me think, maybe the first step isn't always setting the goal. Maybe it's asking different kinds of questions first.
I completely agree. Instead of just focusing outward on the what, we need to turn inward.
Like asking, okay, if I actually achieve this, what really changes inside me, in my inner world?
Exactly. What feelings might I not need anymore? What coping strategies become, well, obsolete?
And what do I need to release? Not just physical stuff or external commitments, but internal things too. Beliefs about myself, fears.
Yes. What parts of your current identity need to be shed? And another powerful question.
Go on.
Try to visualize, really vividly, a typical day when you're already living this goal. Not the highlight reel, just an ordinary day.
Okay. Like, what am I wearing? What am I eating for breakfast? Who am I talking to?
Precisely. What does your morning routine look like? What kind of energy do you have? What thoughts are going through your head? Get really granular.
Because that helps you feel if the reality of it truly resonates, not just the idea.
Exactly. Does this imagined ordinary day actually feel good? Does it feel like you? Or does some part of it feel off?
And then the big one. Am I truly prepared for all the consequences, the ripple effects, not just the rewards I'm hoping for?
Yes, because every change, even positive ones, brings unexpected shifts. Are you ready for the whole package?
Which brings us back full circle to that fundamental question.
Is this truly my goal?
And that's not a question you ask once and you're done, is it?
No, absolutely not. It needs to be like a constant, gentle background check. Not in a way that fuels self-doubt, but as a filter. A way to stay aligned with your authentic self.
It feels like when a goal is truly yours, things start to flow differently.
They really do. There's often less internal struggle. You don't need to constantly pump yourself up with motivation or look for external validation all the time.
The why is coming from within.
Exactly. Clarity tends to emerge more naturally. The next steps become more obvious. It feels less like forcing something and more like allowing something to unfold.
So how do we get there? How do we cultivate this kind of authentic goal setting? It sounds like it takes some guts.
It does take courage. It starts, I think, with what you might call, well, brutal honesty with yourself.
Oof. brutal honesty.
Yeah. Being willing to really look at your motivations, even the uncomfortable ones. Why do I really want this? What am I hoping it will give me?
And being willing to perhaps let go of goals you've held on to for a long time, even if they look good on paper or impress other people.
That's a huge part of it.
Yeah.
Letting go of idealized visions of success that maybe don't actually fit who you are now or who you're becoming.
Especially perhaps as we get older into our 40s and beyond. Our priorities shift, don't they?
They often do, yeah. What mattered at 25 might feel completely irrelevant now. It takes courage to acknowledge that and create a new vision.
A vision that's more mature, maybe?
Yeah.
More grounded in your current reality and your deeper values.
Yes. Authentic to who you are today, not who you thought you should be.
So for you listening right now,
Mm-hmm.
maybe this is a good moment, a good opportunity as you're navigating this phase of life to just pause.
Mm-hmm. Pause and really look at the goals you're holding.
Ask yourself those tougher questions. Not just, what is it and how do I get it? But, is this truly mine? Does it resonate deep down?
Doing that kind of deeper dive, it might spark something really significant for you. A clearer understanding of what actually matters now.
It's a chance to maybe redefine success, redefine fulfillment on your own terms, not based on external expectations or old patterns.
Absolutely. It's about gaining that deeper self-awareness.
It really makes you think. Maybe maturity isn't just about being able to achieve things. Maybe it's also about having the wisdom and the courage to understand ourselves first, before we even decide what race we want to run.
Well said. That self-understanding is the foundation for everything else.
Something definitely to reflect on. Thanks for exploring this with us today.
Okay, so welcome back. We've spent some time today digging into this whole idea of a personal revolution.
Yeah, and it's maybe not what you first think.
Right.
Not some huge overnight thing.
Exactly. It's more about seeing growth, seeing change as just constant, always happening, a part of life.
Mm-hmm. And look, if you're listening to this, chances are you're already, on some kind of path.
You're probably aiming for something or maybe just trying to figure things out a bit more.
Or even just wanting a bit more meaning day to day. It all counts.
So, yeah, as we kind of wrap things up here, the big thing to hold on to, I think, is that this process, this personal revolution stuff we talked about,
It doesn't really stop.
it really does it. Every single day kind of throws up new angles, new opportunities to learn something or shift a little.
For sure. And if anything we discussed today kind of clicked for you.
Sparked an idea.
Yeah,
Huh.
exactly.
Yeah.
Or maybe made you want to actually do something, then, run with it. Keep that feeling going.
Absolutely. And hey, if you are looking for more regular nudges or practical thoughts on this,
Keeping that growth going.
yeah, keeping it going. We genuinely love it if you subscribed. Follow along.
That way you won't miss out when we explore other stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, we really do appreciate it when you share these chats or leave a review.
Oh, definitely. It seriously helps other people find this, people who might get something out of it too.
Plus your feedback. Always good to hear what lands.
Totally. Now, okay, if you're feeling like taking maybe a more focused step,
Like something specific.
yeah, particularly around, say, understanding your relationships a bit better, we actually have a free quiz for that.
Ah, right. The quiz, the link's in the description for this deep dive, right?
Yep, right there in the description.
And it's pretty quick, yeah. It's designed to maybe just help you spot some of the patterns.
The underlying stuff, yeah, and how you connect with people.
Right. And maybe show you where even tiny shifts could actually make a real difference.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing sometimes, isn't it? Just pausing for that kind of reflection
Mm-hmm.
can suddenly light up things you just hadn't seen before. It's all part of that revolution we're talking about.
It is. So, don't hesitate. Go check out the quiz if that sounds useful.
The link's right there for you.
And just remember, this whole journey, this personal growth path, your personal revolution, it's happening inside you
Every day.
every single day. It unfolds from within.
Well said. Thanks so much for diving deep with us today.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.
Ryan Seacrest here. When you have a busy schedule, it's important to maximize your downtime. One of the best ways to do that is by going to ChumbaCasino.com. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino games like spin slots, bingo, and solitaire that you can play for free for a chance to redeem some serious prizes. So hop on to ChumbaCasino.com now and live the Chumba life. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.